Hi, this is Asasha from Digimax, and today we are going to discuss about headlines. Headline is one of the most important copywriting techniques. And why are headline important? We have to know that every 10 pupil or out of 10 pupil, 8 pupil read the headline and only 2 pupil will click on to read further. So let me define this. So now how do we make sure that more and more people will read our headlines? There are a few techniques that we are going to discuss over here. Those are, the first of all we can do is to evoke emotions in our headlines. The second one that we can do is to attract the right reader, optimize for SEO, and make proper promises, make meaningful promises. So now let's first move on to the first part, or let's first discuss this first part, that is evoking emotions. Now by evoking emotions, we have to know that we have to give a certain promise to an audience, or rather make him feel that there is something in it for him, and there are certain words that we can use to evoke attention and persuasion among our audience, and these words could be free, guaranteed, because, easy, huge, and so on and so forth. So when we talk about evoking emotions, what we intend, we want to write a headline which will induce attention and persuasion. Now how do we, what are the words that we are going to use for that? Basically we are going to use words like free, words like guaranteed, safe, easy, because, instantly, and so on. We will be discussing a lot about these words in the near future, when we will be discussing about the tools and techniques for generating a good headline. Now again back to the second part, which is attracting the right user. So when we talk about attracting the right user, what we actually mean is we want someone, we want the article to be properly specifically written for a certain type of audience. Your headline should make it that clear that either it is being written for a CEO, for small businesses, for marketers, and so on. So This is what attracting the right user means. Now the third portion is SEO. So when we talk about SEO, we'll drop it over here somewhere. SEO means using the right keyword in your headline so that you are easily found when people or your customers search for you or search for a specific term. Now the fourth portion that we'll be discussing will be make meaningful promises. So what do we mean by making meaningful promises? That your headline is should not be a clickbait. It should not be a clickbait. Your headline should invoke, should give a solution to a problem, or should give a certain experience to your audience. So these are the four parts that you should consider when writing a headline so that more and more people are able to click on your headlines and they are interested in moving further. So again, a little recap. The first one that you want to do is evoke emotion. Now how do you evoke emotion? By inducing attention and persuasions. And how do you induce attention and persuasion? By using the right words. You can that could be free, guaranteed, safe, easy, because, instantly, and so on. Now the second part that you can do is attracting the right reader. Attracting the right reader is making the headline clear so that the reader should know that for what type of audience the article or the blog has been written. The third is SEO. SEO basically inducing keywords or integrating keywords into the headlines so that your customers are able to find you. And the fourth one is making meaningful promises. Making meaningful promises means readers almost always wants to know what they will get from reading your article. So you have to make the headline clear, and you should avoid making clickbaits, and your headline should also be so clear that they provide a solution to a problem or a certain experience to your audience. The first tool that we'll be discussing is the co-schedule headline analyzer. The second is the Hemingway app, and the third one that we'll be discussing is Readable. Now the first app, what we'll do is we'll give an overall score and different measures to help you improve your headline. So it gives you an overall score of how your headline is written. And the second what it does is it gives you several different measures to improve your headline. Now the second tool that we'll be discussing is the Hemingway app. The Hemingway app will help you to write better and clearer content. It could be used for headlines and for your content as well. And the third one will help you to know if you're writing is for the intended and intended, intended audience proper or not. So let's move on what we are going to do when we are discussing about this first analyzer is we'll take a website. We'll go to Udemy and we have picked, what I have done is I have picked a random headline using Google site to create a teaching training module, and I will use it in the course schedule headline analyzer. So when you go into the course schedule headline analyzer, it will ask you to first sign up, and then after signing up, when you write your headline and you press the button analyze, it will give you a certain score in terms of the headline, the readability, and the SEO score. So the SEO basically tells you that if you have used the right keyword or not. But the headline score is divided into different suggestions. Word balance basically says if what is the percentage of common words that are being used, what is the percentage of open common words, uncommon words, I'm sorry, and what is the percentage of emotional words that are being used in your headline, and last is the power words. So if you want to know which one is which and what are power words and what are emotional words, what are uncommon words that you can integrate in your headline, you can go over here and click on the plus sign. This will give you of all the list of the power words. A power word of phrases command readers' attention and trigger them to take action. So they have given you all of these words. You can choose the right word to incorporate in your headline. Then again, if you want to see the emotional words drive engagement by stirring an emotional response from the readers. These are absolutely admiration, admirer, agony, affordable. So these are some of the words that you can use. Uncommon words. Uncommon words occur less frequently than common words but add interest to your headline, like down, Facebook, happened, and the common words. Common words are well known to most readers and create the basic structure of readable headlines. So you can see they have also broken down your web headline into common words, into noun, pronoun, into parts of speeches, into emotional words as well. And they have given a complete analysis of your headline. It has 11 word counts, 68 character counts. So you know that is 67 to 68 are the character count that can be read or that is shown by the Google result. So you know if your writing or your headline is up to the optimum character count or not. Then again, the type is generic. It's a generic headline. Reading level, your headline reads at an 8-9 reading level, which may make it difficult for some readers to comprehend. So it's a little bit unclear, and sentiment is positive. Now, this was the headline that I incorporated with some of the emotional words like guaranteed and best. The actual headline was this, used by Kareem Elias, that using Google Sites to create or teaching or training module. But if and the readable score, I'm sorry, where it is. The headline scheduler gave it a score of 59. Now, after integrating the emotional words, the score went up to 76% from 59. So you can see by evoking emotions and using power words and emotional words, your headline or the chances of people clicking through your headline also increases. So this is a great tool if you want to analyze your headline. On what you can also do for practice is you can use these keywords like emotional words and power words and go through different headlines and see how you can make them better. So this will also help you in the longer run to make better headlines for your content as well. Now the second tool that we'll be discussing is the Hemingway app. It also tells a readability score, the letters, the characters, the words, the sentences, and paragraphs. And later on, it tells you the parts of speech, the grammar that have been used, and how you can make it much more better. They have also a desktop app that you can purchase and use it offline as well. So when we talk about Hemingway app, this Hemingway app will help you to analyze not only your headline but your entire post. It will make suggestions about improving your content to make it clearer. So this Hemingway app basically is a great tool for making your content better. So then again, the third and the last tool that we'll be discussing is the readability or readable.com. So they have changed the domain from readable to webfx. If I type readable, I am directed to webfx.com, and they have the same scoring criteria. Whatever content I put in it, either I can put the URL of the website or the content. We'll be discussing about content only. So if I put the headline content and calculate readability, this will give me a readable score of my headline, which is 70%, and it can easily be understood by 11 to 12 years old. So guys, these was the three tools. If you go through the techniques of writing a good headline and use these tools, I am very sure that you will be making great content and great click-through rates for your headlines. I hope this has been helpful to you, and thank you.